You are welcome back. So today at that TV channel, I'm going to continue from where I stopped the last time. The last time on mathematics, where we talked about fraction, we looked at the meaning of fraction and we did some little explanations and all that. So the last time I stopped where I divided the item, the onion and the piece of paper. I divided the onion into two equal parts, and I told you that a part is called half and the other part is also called half, and I was able to explain to you that a half and another half is equal to 1. So which means we have two halves in 1. In other words, you can say half plus half equals to 1. Then I also demonstrated using a piece of paper where I shared the piece of paper, folded it into 4 equal parts, and I told you that a part is called quarter. Then where I was able to explain that we have 4 quarters in 1, which means quarter plus quarter plus quarter plus quarter will give you 1. And I also told you that half, we have 2 quarters, that is quarter plus quarter will give you half. Okay, so from there I'm going to continue. So we have known the meaning of fraction now. We have the parts of fraction. What are the parts of fraction? The parts of fraction is the numerator and the denominator. When I say numerator, you know the last time I showed you the onion, I said if I want to write it, a part of it, that's half. I was having a whole, I divided into 2. So I said a part of it is half. If I'm to write it in fraction, I'm going to write 1 over 2. Right? Do you still remember? So 1 over 2. I hope you can see. So this is 1 over 2. The 1 here is called the numerator and the 2 is called denominator. The 1 here is called numerator and the 2 is called denominator. That is, the number above the line is 1, which is numerator, and the number below the line is what? Denominator. Now, what is numerator? Numerator is the number of parts of the whole. When I showed you that onion, how many onion was I having? I was having just 1. I was having just 1. Now, and I said 1 means whole or complete in mathematics. Okay, so 1 is the number of parts of that whole. So how many whole was I having? I was having just 1. Now, how many parts was that whole divided into? That's that single onion, that one onion, which is the whole. How many parts was it divided into? It was divided into 2. So the number of equal parts the whole was divided into is what we call the denominator. I still have the onion here with me. Look at it. So this is the whole. How many whole am I having? Just 1. How many parts was the whole? How many equal parts was the whole divided into? 2. So I have my 1 over 2. The 1 is the numerator and the 2 is the denominator. So the number above the line is the numerator, then the number below the line is the denominator. Okay, so these are the parts of a fraction: numerator and denominator. The last time I told you that 1 over 2 means what? Half. That is the fractional name. And 1 over 4 means what? Quarter. As time goes on, we learn other ones. Okay, so from here I'm going to be moving on to the types of fraction. We have different types of fraction in mathematics. The first one is a proper fraction. The first one is what? Proper fraction. Take for example, let's say my child is sitting on a chair and I'm sitting on my child's leg, please, when you see that kind of thing, how do you react? It's not proper, right? That is not proper. So that is not proper. In mathematics, that is called improper fraction, because my child is not supposed to carry me, because why? I am bigger than her. Do you get? So in mathematics, if I want to represent it in fraction, if I want to say the name in fraction, it is an improper fraction. That is, it is a no. It's not proper. It is a no. But whereby I am sitting down and I'm carrying my child comfortably, sitting on my lap. Yes, that is how it's supposed to be. So that is proper. That is a proper fraction. Yes, because the person sitting is bigger than the one sitting on the laps of the person sitting. Do we get? It's just like daddy sitting down and carrying you on his laps, or mommy sitting down and carrying you on her laps. It is proper because they are bigger than you. So that is a proper fraction. So a proper fraction is a process whereby the numerator is smaller to the denominator. The numerator is the number above the line. For example, I have 1/2. 1 is the numerator, 2 is the denominator. So the number above the line, the numerator, is usually smaller than the one below the line, which is the denominator. But whereby the numerator is bigger than whereby the numerator is bigger than the denominator, that is, the number above the line is bigger than the one below the line, that is improper fraction. So that is what improper fraction. Imagine you sitting down, or just like I said before, me sitting on my child's lap. Is not proper. So that is an improper fraction. So the numerator, the number up, is bigger than the one down. So that is improper fraction. But whereby the one down is bigger than the one up, that is a proper fraction. So this is the example of a proper fraction. You can see it 1/2. You can see 2/5 and 1/3. So these are proper fractions. You can see the numerator is smaller to the denominator. So this is a proper fraction. The next one is the improper fractions. You can see it 2/1. You can see the numerator is bigger than the denominator. You can see them. So these are improper fractions. So when you see a proper fraction and an improper fraction, I know you'll be able to differentiate between them very well. Okay? So this is where I come to the end of the class for today. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it under my comments and I'll get to you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.